how much do you think it's helped your young pitchers to have Josh Miller and Bill Murphy, who were with most of them in the minor leagues at the big league level?
Well, I think it helped them a lot. I mean, you know, being familiar with someone professionally and personally, you know which guys you can push, which guys need to be left alone. You know, it is a, you know, people's sport and profession, and the more you know about that person, then the easier it is to, you know, convey your message to that person.
Go 2 rows behind on your right, Brian.
Dusty, Altuve was just saying that he has faith that Verlander is going to be Verlander tonight. Bregman was saying that last night, that the entire clubhouse believes. From your perspective, having watched him the entire season, you know what he can do. It's probably just a matter of one thing happening.
Right.
How much confidence do you have that Justin Verlander can break through this tonight?
Oh, yeah. I got a lot of confidence. And, you know, I mean, this guy's had a great career, and it's not over yet. And, you know, we always have some things that we have to overcome no matter how great you are. And so, you know, I was with Barry Bonds when he overcame that, you know, he didn't have very good postseasons. And, oh, yeah, I mean, we got full confidence in Justin. Everybody's wondering, is he on a short leash? I mean, no, he didn't have a leash at all. I mean, he's Justin Verlander. And then, you know, nobody can get out of trouble better than him. I mean, I've seen it over and over and over, and hope he doesn't get in trouble, and just hope that, you know, he's Verlander.
Other questions for Dusty? I'll go to Bill and then Danielle.
Dusty, you mentioned Barry Bonds' postseason career and Justin's, and Kershaw in L.A. has had the same kind of thing. Mm-hmm. How much did that matter in a player's legacy?
Well, it matters. That's what people remember. I mean, that's all that. I got 2,000 wins. All they talk about is I didn't win the World Series yet. You know, so what's the difference? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it matters. It matters to the people. It matters to us.
We'll go to Danielle.
Abreu has said a couple times now that he had no idea that a no-hitter was in progress when he came in last night. What do you think hearing him say that?
Well, hey, man, I'm glad he did know. You know, sometimes when you know, you put extra pressure on yourself. And the fact that he did know just meant that he just went out there and pitched. And, I mean, I knew. Most guys know. But and that's one of his best buddies out there that was pitching, you know, prior to him. So I'm just glad that, you know, he's went out there and threw the ball the way he was throwing it, because he was outstanding.
Go to the first row on your right.
Obviously, last night being pretty historic, like with the no-hitter and everything.
Yes.
Real Muto and Rob Thompson both said that for them, just one game, move on, Game 5 tonight. Mm-hmm. What about you guys, though, on the winning end? You have to celebrate such an historic night, but then try to keep everything even-keeled.
Yeah, well, you celebrate, but you don't celebrate long. I mean, like I said last night, it's a daily game. I mean, you know, they had 5 home runs off us, beat us 7-0 the night before. And then last night was our night. And so this is, I mean, it's a new night. And I'm just glad that, you know, we won last night, you know, to have a new night.
Go to Claire, then Tyler.
Dusty,
Yes.
what was more of a critical thing to accomplish last night, and what did you hold more dear, the rally and seeing the hits one after another, or that no-hitter, historic?
Well, I'll take it the way it came in that order, you know. I'll take a pack of hits, consecutive hits, and then the no-hitter, because you get it. You can be throwing no-hitter and lose, which I've seen. So, you know, you gotta. I'll take the hits when you can, especially when we're having trouble getting them. And so, there's nothing better than a rally, and then, like old saying, guys say, keep the line moving. And you know, in modern baseball, Unless there's a couple walks in there, usually you don't see a string of 3 or 4 hits in a row to score runs without a home run in there somewhere.
Go to Tyler, and then we'll go to our left.
You've had a lot of experience in postseasons. How much do you think home field advantage really does matter? Does it matter or not?
Yeah, I think it matters.
How so?
Well, I think it matters because you got the home crowd. You got familiar. You're familiar with your surroundings. You're familiar with the caroms. You're familiar with the playing surface. You get to sleep in your own bed. Which is, how come most teams don't play as well on the road as they do at home? There got to be a reason. You don't have to eat in restaurants. You can eat at home or your favorite restaurant. There's a lot of positives. Most of the time you have your kids telling you after you struck out 3 or 4 times that Dad, it's going to be okay. All that matters. If you got a dog, he don't care if you struck out 3 or 4 times. But you're on the road, and things bother you a whole lot more on the road than they do at home.
And just about your guys' home, Minute Maid Park, you've managed there a long time. What do you remember? It's one of the quirkier fields. What do you remember the first time you saw it when you were a manager? What was your first reaction to this new place?
Well, yeah, I think first time I saw it, I think we went there right after the Cincinnati Reds, I think, were in there, and they'd hit like 6 or 7 home runs up in the Crawford boxes up there. And then they had the flagpole in center field and the hill, and that was, I'm glad they took that out.
About 5 rows back on your left.
You were here for the Roy Halladay no-hitter. I
Yes.
wonder if you remember how that affected your clubhouse and if there was carryover the rest of that series for you guys.
Well, we end up losing. They end up going to the World Series, So, they were, they were a better team than us. They had a hell of a team and hell of a pitch staff. When you're facing Holiday and then you got to face, oh my God, Cliff Lee was nasty, and Jimmy Rollins and Utley and the guys that they had over there. So I don't really remember. All I remember is that game. I think it was 2 hours and 34 minutes and 30 minutes worth of commercials. So the whole game was about 2 hours.
I'll stay on your left with Tim.
How much credit do you give to Cristian Vasquez for last night?
Well, I don't think catchers get enough credit, period. For directing and guiding the pitchers to the game. Everybody talks about what a great job the pitcher did, but most of the time in games like this, the pitcher doesn't shake off much, and or he shakes off very few. I give Cristian a lot of credit for the game calling and keeping the momentum and the tempo going. During the game. Yeah, so I always give my credit. You don't know me, but I always give my catchers a lot of credit for directing the pitcher through the game.
We'll go to Ryan in the 3rd row.
Dusty, did you when you got home from last night's game, you woke up this morning, did you have a moment where you just thought, we were part of a no-hitter in the World Series, that was really cool?
Not really.
No?
I thought it last night. But then I thought this morning, game plan how we gonna win this game, because you can't. That game got to be left behind, just like we left that 7-0 game and 5 home runs behind. So, but last night, it was a joy, momentous, joyous night for our side. But no, I just thought about how we gonna win this game today.
A couple last ones. Tim on your left.
Dusty, I feel like a big part of the strategic element of the series has been the left-hander through Jordan, Bregman, and Tucker. And last night, Bregman finally made him pay for that, trying to get a left-hander through those 3 guys. So I was curious if you felt like that was pivotal as well. And the second part is Bregman's actually hit right-handers better than he hit left-handers this season, which goes against his career numbers. Wondering what you've seen out of the way he's being approached, pitched, or whatever that has led to that shift for him?
Well, sometimes, I mean, sometimes, you know, you have years like that. You know, they got a couple guys over there that are hitting right-handers better than left-handers too. I've always said that more left-handers can get right and left-handers out than right-handers can get left and right-handers out. You know, I mean, the ball's always moving. You gotta take your singles and doubles to the opposite field because the ball's moving. You know, they're peeling the banana on you, sort of down and in and down and away. And so, you know, they're not that easy to left-handers hit them out of the park. You know, when I was playing, I mean, I'd get a lot of hits to right field off the right, but a right-hander's going to come up and in. He's going to hang a curveball. I always thought it was easier to hit a home run off a right-hander than really off a left-hander. Some guys just love right-handers, but I mean left-handers. But those that do love left-handers generally don't hit right-handers that well.
I'll finish up with Chandler in the middle.
Dusty, when's the earliest Javier would be available to pitch again?
I don't know. It wouldn't be tonight, wouldn't be tomorrow, wouldn't be the next day, so probably Game 7.
All right, Dusty, thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it. We'll see you later.